Hi, thank you for joining us at Buy911 and HomeWire. You may have a few questions, and I completely understand why. This is a newer format, and it's done in some cities across the nation, and it's a newer concept, especially with the retail aspect of things. I'm sure you've seen auctions in the foreclosure market. And as we're progressing and we're more in the retail market right now where properties are selling within 24 hours, we've decided at Buy911 we wanted more transparency. There's so many times that we've gotten offers from a buyer and we literally gave the offers to our sellers, and within 24 hours we had an accepted offer, right? So yay us, that's great, right? Well, the problem is there were still people that were still interested in this house. I feel like if we would have gave it a little bit of longer time, or I know if we gave it a little bit of longer time, we would have had potentially higher offers, which means that we had buyers that were disappointed, meaning they were willing to buy it for a bigger price. They really wanted it. So with the demand of inventory right now and a shortness of inventory, the supply, we came up with a concept, and it's nothing new, it's just we're doing it here, to do an auction site. This gives a chance for an 8-day cycle, minimally an 8-day cycle, for a buyer to be able to buy a property. So many times when things have been sold within 24 to 48 hours, it just did not give everybody a fair chance. There's people traveling. There's the businesswoman or businessman that travel 5 days a week. So how is it fair to allow them to be able to buy a property when they have to come in and see it? So at Buy911, we wanted to create as much transparency and give our buyers enough time to make a decision. What that also does is that that opens up the transparency for pricing. So we start them at a minimum price and the bidding goes up from there. Now, the seller doesn't have to take your offer, but as we have it listed on Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, HomeWire.com, right? As we have them listed, there's going to be a list price, and that's usually pretty darn close to what the seller wants, or that is what the seller wants. There is a buyer's premium, and you'll see that. Sometimes it could be 3%, sometimes 5%, as much as 10%, or if it's a short sale, it might be $3,000 to $5,000 as far as a buyer premium. So you have to be cautious of bidding. So if you bid for $100,000 for 123 Main Street, that really means you're paying 105, right? If it had a 5% buyer's premium. So if you bid 100, you're really bidding 105 with a 5% buyer's premium. Now, my fellow agents, I know this is just as confusing. So why not go the traditional? Why not just do the 24, 48 hour thing and let things get off the market and great, we just move on? Well, this actually is an advantage to you guys. This allows you to speak to your client or customer about the transparency of the deal. If you see the same house at 101 or 100 or $99,000, you're able to tell them like, hey, right now it's on the auction site for 100,500 or 101 250, whatever it may be. This gives you the opportunity to discuss it with your client or customer about how you should bid properly. Maybe they don't want to pay over 101, and that's great, but maybe your buyer does. And how many times have they lost a deal? I've known offers that I've run in the last few years here that I've lost plenty of deals. I've been outbid by $50. I've been outbid for $100, $2,000, $5,000, and the buyers seem so disrupted with that. They don't understand it. They don't understand how they lost the house of their dreams. So this creates transparency. If you're a buyer, this obviously gives you an advantage to actually understand exactly what you want to pay and how you want to pay. That if you're a listing on the listing side, this gives you transparency of what the market will bear. So sometimes I've had just the opposite, where I've had things that were worth $100,000 and the maximum bid that the buyer bid was $99,000. That allows us to have a discussion, but at the same time, we also have the advantage of knowing that if that same $100,000 house, that there are 5 other bidders going up past the 100,000 all the way up to 110,000. That really gives you transparency, and you know that we got you the maximum dollar amount that we potentially can. On an 8-day market, that's what this allows. When you have a 24, 48-hour market, it really doesn't tell you what the market will bear. So because of these things, we've came up with the Buy911, and if you're an agent and you decide that you want to be part of the Buy911, we can list on Buy911 for you. We can come up with a relationship. We can certify you, and I would hope you would. This is exciting because this gives you another tool for your clients. Like I said before, if you may have seen in some of my posts, I am not a competitor of yours. I'm an advocate of yours. We come together as one, and this is for you guys. This is for the sellers. This is for my agents, our agents, right? For you. And for the listing. So it's a win-win-win for everyone. Creating transparency is the best policy. Thank you for joining us at Buy911. If you have any questions whatsoever, or maybe it could be as silly as, hey, tell me about this buyer's premium again. Feel free. There's an email on the bottom of the screen. It says Buy911@homewire.com. Buy911@homewire.com. I would love to tell you more. Feel free to fill out an email to us, and I'll be sure to get right back to you. Thanks so much. This is Chris from Buy911. Have a great day.